like I said, I feel like he's probably one of the, I hate to say this, I'm gonna say it, fuck it. He's probably one of the best lyrical people I know, as far as painting pictures with words. Very descriptive, and it's always a beautiful picture, even if it's something that's sort of painful. It's like he just, it's really clear, it's really vivid, and I admire, it's like going to class when you see him or you hear him spit. And it's different, it's unique, and it's poetry. So can y'all put your hands together for Mr. Jorge Mendez? The hobo.
What's going on, everybody? Let's give it up for Island Flavors first. My name's George. I'm the host at the venue on 35th Street in Norfolk at 8 o'clock. Shameless plug, got that out the way. I like to say I don't really write spoken word, I just write words then speak them. There's a difference. This first piece I'm going to do, we're going to start out up here, then I'm going to take y'all on the nosedive. Most of my stuff is pretty dark, so we're going to start out happy, and then I'm going to depress y'all. So, first piece is my first real attempt at a happy love poem. So we'll see how that goes. I want to love you like grade school puppy love. You can be the little girl in pigtails that I'm mean to. I'll be the little boy you chase at recess. You'll throw dirt at me, and I'll put gum in your hair, because this is how we say I love you. So meet me at the monkey bars. We'll dangle, legs kicking. The ground beneath us will turn into love, and on the count of 3, we'll let go and fall in together. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
All in.
I want to love you like a middle school crush. You can be the girl in the ponytail I can't keep my eyes off of. I'll be the boy you pass notes to in the hall. You'll share your gum with me, and I'll carve our names into a lunch table, because this is how we say I love you. So meet me after school. I'll carry your books, I'll walk you home, and when I drop you off at your front doorstep, 1, 2, 3. I want to love you like a high school sweetheart. You can be the young lady with her hair down that I want to ask to prom. I'll be the young man you asked to Sadie Hawkins. You'll wear my jacket. You'll wear my jacket, and I'll hang your picture in our locker, because this is how we say I love you. So meet me under the bleachers at the homecoming. I'll pull you close, kiss you, and as our team scores the winning touchdown, we will 1, 2, 3. You see, I want to love you like a child loves, completely, unconditionally, because this is how a man loves. You could be the woman of my dreams, and I will be the man at your side. We'll be the wind in each other's sails and the spines in each other's backs, because this is how we say I love you.
Respect the mic.
So meet me at the playground. I'll be in the sandbox, building you a castle. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Woo! All right, now let's get angry. This next piece is how most of my relationships actually go.
I can identify with this.
It's called Tangerine Sunset. You sailed off into the Tangerine Sunset, eager to explore what you might be missing. I stood on the banks of the river disappointment, watching you shrink slowly into the horizon as you set course toward your theoretical bold new life without a care in the world, but Her Majesty's ship left quite awake. You left me with an unorganized pile of unanswered questions, illegibly sprawled across soiled napkins, scraps of paper, and bubblegum wrap. You left so abruptly that your perfume hung in the air and your footprints remained in my carpet for days. You left a steamy handprint on my bathroom mirror, the impression of your head on my pillow. You left your goodbye in my ears, and this infernal stack of questions in my hands. While you spread your wings, mine were clipped, rendering me flightless in a clumsy, tumbling free fall. You left me sleeping on your side of the bed just to make it feel less empty. Our picture still in its frame, a reminder of what you chose to sail away from. You left me with my heart in my hands, my love on display, and my proposal on my lips.
Oh no.
Left me alone. still clutching this chaotic stack of questions, struggling to keep them together while they wrestled with the very wind that filled your sails. 2 arms, frail from the lack of your embrace, hopelessly holding them against the hollow of my chest until one violent gust ripped them from my grip, sending them swirling all around me, and it was enough to make me contemplate the existence of serenity on the edge of a razor blade. Congratulations. You almost broke me. You certainly came closer than anyone has before, so my hat's off to you, but how dare you even tie the laces on the shoes that carried you back to my doorstep? How did your fingers not break under the pressure of pressing my doorbell? How did your face remain intact when you parted your lips to speak to me? Did you really think I'd meet you at the dock? How did you expect to find my arms in any other position than folded defensively across my chest? How dare you?
Come on.
I've heard whispers of... I've heard whispers of your misadventures on the other side of the fence. I see the stains the greener pastures left upon your kneecaps. The very wind that carried you away carried word back to me that you never did find what you were looking for, so now I guess you got a new map that reads, your ex marks the spot. I'm not sure what you're looking for now, and I'm really not sure you are either. And I don't know what you expected to find, but clearly it is not what you left behind. Because I stood on that riverbank, anxiously awaiting your return, watching the tides rise and fall in unison with my broken breaths until I sank shin deep into its muddy sediment, holding this unorganized pile of unanswered questions that I just don't have anymore.
Nice.
Everybody still with me?
Yeah.
Email that one to me.
Email that.
I have no children of my own. Y'all wildin' out. What are you talking about? All right. This next piece, I don't have any children of my own. I've got 4 nephews and a brand new niece, and a lot of my friends got kids, and I got adopted nieces and nephews. But I really feel like it's important to be honest with children. And children are the only people that can tell you I love you, and you don't have to doubt it for 1 second. An adult tells you I love you, and you're like, do you even know what that means? With a kid, you don't, that thought never crosses your mind. So anyway, me and my nephew, he's 4 years old, we talk quite a bit, and he's practically just a little tiny grown man. And this is about a conversation that he and I had. So roughly a month and a half ago, my youngest nephew comes up to me and he says, Theo, do you believe in monsters? I looked that little boy square in his innocence. I let the deception roll off of my forked tongue with such an ease it seemed rehearsed, and I said, Jackson, you know monsters aren't real. In that moment, my long-standing policy of never lying to children disintegrated like a vampire in the sunlight. I felt my convictions transform within me like a werewolf, riling and reeling in agony under the full moon of my hypocrisy. I went from Jekyll to Hyde malformed, and along with me my principles, but I just couldn't tell them the truth because, you see, not only do I believe in monsters, but I've seen them with my own eyes. They walk among us, disguised as men, pretending to be human. Monsters that would snatch away your slumber just to sell you back your dreams. Pestilent predators, hunting down our happiness for sport, brooding and leering, living among us, but only adults can see them because children still have this filmy membrane layer of innocence over their eyes. But in recent generations, that filmy layer seems to peel away earlier and earlier and earlier into their childhood. I couldn't form my lips to tell him that not only do I believe in monsters, but that I saw my first one when I was only a few years older than he is now. That I armed myself with wooden stakes, silver bullets, holy water, and crucifixes, but that these were of little defense against these beasts. These were not just witches I could douse with water. I couldn't tell him that not only do I believe in monsters, but that his uncle is a mad scientist who created several monsters of his own in his mental laboratory. That he crossed the DNA of his thoughts, spliced the genetic makeup of his opinions, giving birth to creatures so foul they could muscle the Jabberwocky into submission. So malevolent they would send the Leviathan back into his abyss. So terrifying they can make the boogeyman wet himself as he turns coward in a fetal position. So vile, so violent, so vulgar they would make Beelzebub step his game up. Monsters.
Oh,
Monsters with putrid breath, hulking, clumsy things with their knuckles dragging along the brimstone pavements of my iniquity, eyes moist and burning with hatred, trust hanging lifelessly from their horns, teeth sparsely residing in a mouthful of discontent, dripping with the acidic saliva of deceptions I've endured. Couldn't tell him. I couldn't tell him that even though I created these monsters, I grew to hate them for what they showed me about myself. And the only way to combat them was to become an even more horrible monster. And what I became was so horrible, so disconnected, so savage, that I sent my monsters running to the furthest corridors of their realms. Now they hide inside the closet and under the bed because they're more afraid of me than I ever was of them. But I couldn't tell him. I couldn't tell him that not only do I believe in monsters, but that he comes from a long line of mad scientists. His lab genetically predisposed with all the equipment he'll ever need to create monsters of his own. I couldn't tell him. But one day he'll learn the truth on his own. He'll see the true, morbid, disfigured face of humanity, and I'm afraid he'll think back to the day his uncle lied to him, and perhaps he'll prefer that I had prepared him. So now it's been almost 2 months since I've seen him. Because I don't have the audacity to look into his 4-year-old eyes after what I've done. All right. We got any sensitive fellas in the house besides Sense?
Which sensitive?
Like, I love the ladies, but a lot of times y'all will go on like, I ain't no booty call, this way. Neither am I. Neither am I. That's what this is about.
Yeah, phone calls.
I can't just say that.
You only let me touch you when you're drunk.
One more again.
Stop making me laugh. I'm supposed to be angry.
That shit real, son. That shit real.
Tell me all. I'm listening. Patron goes hard.
Get the more around to the front table.
You only let me touch you when you're drunk. 3 a.m., stumbling over your primal urges, reeking of bar smoke and cotton candy, your visceral alter ego with her inhibitions thrown about the ransacked corridors of your standards. It's only now that you would ever dare find me attractive. It's only in this state that you ever find yourself low enough to reach me.
Wow.
Your phone call comes like clockwork, synchronized with last call. You don't ask me, you tell me you're coming over.
Damn.
You don't ask me, you tell me you're coming over.
You never say no.
I leave the door unlocked. You show up disheveled, barefoot, high heels dangling in your clumsy grip, hair a far cry from how it looked in the picture you sent just hours earlier. Your mascara forming tear tracks beneath your eyes, alive with adrenaline and alcohol. Bitterly beautiful, face flushed with shamelessness, your mouth feeds me flavors that describe what your night was like.
Damn.
Shit, this is real shit right here.
It tastes like a caustic cocktail of frustration, vodka, cherry Jolly Ranchers, sin, and sorrow. You're just as intoxicating as you are intoxicated.
Oh, wow.
You hold me long, squeeze me tight, you caress me like a lover, you even say you miss me, but you never greet me like this sober. Presumptuous and pretty, you know I won't resist you, and that's my fault. I never gave you any reason to think otherwise, rationalizing it for myself, saying, well, you shouldn't have to call me. But while the man in me knows better, the male in me is weak. So he settles, and he gives in. We do things I can't forget, and I wonder if you even remember. Dawn wipes away all memory of all the dirt we dug at dusk. You gather up your clothes, your shovel, and your pride, much too high to reach me now, and you leave without so much as a kiss goodbye. You only let me touch you when you're drunk. 3 a.m., stumbling over your self-respect. It's only in this state Don't you ever find yourself low enough to reach. Thank you. This next piece, alright, this next piece, if anybody was here 2 weeks ago for Glow's birthday, y'all would know the piece. It wasn't in my original set, but I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in because I got asked about it. It's called Her Bloodstream Has the Blues.
Yes.
Alright. Her spirit is a caged bird, singing muddy waters, howling her sorrows like a heartbroken harmonica. Her bloodstream has the blues. She is the band. She is every instrument and every musician. She plays her song with her entire body. When she hugs you, her arms twang like weeping banjo strings. The hollow bass echoes from the emptiest pit of her stomach, deeper and louder than any hunger pain the world has ever heard. She carries her sin in a guitar case, handcuffed to her wrist, talks like a tormented tambourine, dances like a ribbon in the breeze, gracefully staggering to her melancholy melody, every painful note resounding from her delicate frame, and she swears only she can hear it. She's singing Folsom Prison Blues. Putting herself on trial, she is judge, jury, executioner, and throwing the book at herself. Self-inflicting punishments for crimes she's not committed. She's imprisoned her heart behind the rusted bars of her fears, long since surrendering the keys to a reckless warden who lost them almost immediately. With no spare copy, it's all any man can do to break the locks. She is too far back in the darkness of herself for the light in the hallway to reach her, but you can still hear her singing Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. From beyond her penitentiary walls, you see, Bloodstream has the blues. Saxophone sadness wails from her windpipe. Troubles flood from her eyelids in a trumpet of tears, and it's all just tarnished brass. The kicks and snares just kick and sneer. The trombone slides in tension, and the heartbeat-keeping rhythm gets faster and faster and faster and faster until it starts to sound more like a funeral march in the Big Easy. This was never easy, because her spirit is a caged bird, singing muddy waters. But I requested Etta James at last. One more piece and then I'm out of here. I'm out of your hair. This next piece is called The Death of Conversation. It's about MySpace and Facebook and texting and how we don't talk to each other. And all we do is type. So I told Tom, I need my space, Jack. Facebook, I want my face back. We complain about the Patriot Act and volunteer the facts. Status updates every 20 minutes. I just ate a piece of chicken, about to take a bath and do my hair. No one cares. Listen, with every profile we create, we seal our fate. Voices trapped inside a chat window, the pains I'm trying to break. It's amazing just how brave people get behind a screen, throw your life against the Facebook wall for everyone to see. And society so disregards its privacy, it's getting to the point where I just want someone to lie to me.
Come on.
Or at very least, not give me every little detail of your day, man. Your life is not that cool and I don't need a play-by-play. By the way, someone tell me, because I'm just dying to know how I got tons of friends online, but like 5 or 6 in my phone. I guess I haven't Twittered long enough because I can feel my arm still. Quick, somebody poke me, there's a mafia war on Farmville. People on my friends list that I don't even know, but they know someone who knows someone who knows someone I know. Others I met maybe once that never saw again, but they sent me a request because they like collecting friends. Well, my friends are few and far between and really more like family and part of a reality that goes beyond computer screens. Human speech has grown so weak we all communicate through text. T9 predicting for us what it thinks we're thinking next. Man, I miss human connections and the sounds of voice inflections. And I miss the silent things that can be said with an expression. But instead, we send emoticons of smiling faces we can't touch and abbreviate our laughter because we don't laugh out loud enough. So I don't want to play words with friends. Stop sending me invitations, but if you'd like to trade words, my friend, I invite you to conversation.